I'm back. Feels great to be off break once again. Missed this game. Yeah, just gotta get a little loose for this matchup I have against Jolt. Gotta make sure that I'm at my peak position so I can give him a pretty good match. Yeah, just need to get a little bit loose. I mean, if I'm stiff, who knows what would happen. Alright, I'm loose. I'm ready. Hope you guys enjoy this battle. Let's get this show on the road. So starting off, he's going to be leading off this Venusaur. I predict his lead correctly and go with the Landorus play. And I'm just going to go for the Psychic straight off. And looking at that damage and the leftovers, I'm thinking that this is a pretty fat Mens. It's looking a bit specially defensive, probably for my Suicune and whatnot. Because Suicune is in the running for MVP, so I wouldn't blame him if he prepped for that pretty hard. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go into said Suicune as he gets up a Roost. And this is going to kind of force him to switch out into his Starmie. I go for a Scald because I wanted to burn something. I burned the Starmie, apparently. And the Starmie sets up a light screen, and seeing how he doesn't have leftovers, this has me thinking that he might be Light Clay Starmie with the light screen and whatnot, which is very good innovation on Jolt's part. And he's going to be going out into his Venusaur here, and I'm just going to get off a pitiful 4% with the Giga Drain. And I'm just going to try shooting off some Hidden Power Flyings. Shoot off another one there. I kind of thought at this point that I didn't really have much to switch into this thing. This is looking like a bit of an offensive Mega Venusaur, possibly, maybe. I mean, it dealt a nice burly 50% to my Rose Raid. So, yeah, I just didn't really have a lot of switch into this thing. So I'm just going to kind of sort of auto off Rose Raid here. A little bit reckless on my end, but eh. Here I got a crit with the HP flying. This mattered. Granted, he did have about 1 or 4 turns left of light screen. Well, it is revealed immediately after this that it is Light Clay Starmie, but Mega Venusaur was a threat, and this thing behind the screen, I didn't really have too much to deal with it, so this was a problem, and it definitely helped Suicune a lot in the sweeping process. So yeah, that crit definitely mattered. I am very sorry, Jolt, for that. But 'tis the game of Mons. It is a nice, fair, and balanced game, and yeah, hacks is hacks. So anyway, he's going to go back into said Starmie, go for a Psychic, and my Payapa Berry, yeah, not going to do much. And seeing how that burn is there, still, this Starmie is analytic. Probably for Zam, probably in the event that I switch out or something, but yeah. But anyways, I go out into Zam, try to get up a Shadow Ball on that Starmie. He switches out into Sylveon. And I'm kind of thinking that this is probably a Calm Mind Sylveon, by the way he switches in. He does go for Zed Calm Mind. And here I go for the Iron Tail, dealing nice 59% damage to him. And this actually forces him to switch out. Oh, I mean, Sylveon would be pretty important for later, judging by the rest of his team. And he does go on a Salamence to try to sponge the Iron Tail here. And then he makes a nice double here going out in a Bronzong as I go for the Psychic. I could have gone for the other move on this thing, which I don't really have any plans to reveal. But, I just opt to go for a Psychic, just make some middle ground plays. Just playing it safe at this point. Don't really want to lose a lot of momentum. And now I go out into Suicune as he makes a very smart double here. goes out into Salamence to kind of sort of intimidate Shuffle here. And back out comes Starmie as I set up another Calm Mind. Because I kind of figured Mence would switch out. By the way, he switched out against my Suicune earlier. And I go for another Calm Mind here as he sets up Reflect as the burn does him in. And that is actually Suicune's first kill of this game. But wait, there's more. I try to get off some Scald Burns in this process on this Bronzong. And here he tricks me in Toxic Orb, which is, again, very good innovation on Jolt Spark, because Suicune, pretty darn bulky water, pretty darn annoying bulky water, especially if it's Crocoon. And, yeah, I'm just continuously firing off Scalds here, wasting screen turns. And here, I'm kind of thinking that he might be Hyper Voice, Calm Mind, Wish Protect. And yeah, that thought was running in my head a little bit, so I'm thinking in my head this is a bit of a 50-50. I'm looking at the toxic damage on me, and I'm thinking that I do have plenty of time to kind of waste some turns here and there. So I'm actually going to decide to go off for a Scald and bank on the fact that he won't protect on me. And I actually win that gamble, and Sylveon is down. Now comes Bronzong, and I'm just going to fire off another Scald, get a crit there, unfortunate, as he reveals a Grass Knot. And my thought process there going for the Scald was actually, if he was going to go out into Lucario or Mence, I would have gone for my fourth move, which I will reveal next turn. But if he would go out into Bronzong, I would go for a Scald. I went for a Scald, lived the Grass Knot, with enough health to spare to go for this move. Rest! Yep, I'm Crocoon. And that Grass Knot is doing piddle. And Jolt's Toxic Orb innovation, while effective, not gonna do too much to a Crocoon. Now comes Lucario, gets off a close combat there. And unfortunately here I'm gonna Sleep Talk a Rest. If I Sleep Talk to Scald, Mence, or Lucario could have, I think it most likely would have gone down there. But I'm gonna go for a Scald here again on the Mence. And unfortunately here, oh no, wait. That's, I'm thinking one turn ahead. I get a burn here, unfortunately for Jolt. But here, my Suicune gets critted, and that's the end of the sweep. But I can just safely send in Mega Lopunny here, and just try to fire off an Ice Punch, thinking I can clean up the game, but... By the way, I didn't see a Life Orb on Lucario when I attacked my Suicune with close combat. And the fact that he just flat sent this in on my Mega Lopunny has me thinking that this Lucario is probably Scarfed. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a sack here, go into my Landort's Eye as Death Fodder, scout for the close combat, send in my Alakazam here. I am Sash Zam, so I could have dealt with Lucario appropriately if need be, but he goes out into Salamence here, pretty much confirming that he is Scarf Lucario. And I'm just going to get off a Side Shock, and the burn damage is actually going to do Salamence in. And now his last Pokemon is Suicune, who locks himself in Ice Punch. I'm just going to go for a T-Wave so I can pretty much secure the game with Mega Lopunny, since, look at that, Side Shock doesn't kill. But, unfortunately for Jolt, he gets a full para. And that will give me a 3-0 victory. Great to be back, and hopefully we can continue this momentum streak against CheeseBoy628 and division leader Phoenix Sunkern. Spoiler alert, we are tied in differential and record, but he holds the tiebreaker over me since he beat the Swamperts week 4. So yeah, so definitely a very important matchup coming up. And Oh yeah, shout out to Maddie Brolick for giving me the idea to, or suggesting to me to go on break for about a month. And shout out to Danica for taking over while I got my act together. And links will be in the description for them, as well as Joel, very cool guy. So that'll be all for this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, sub, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.